Okay, now this piece is made up of many different minerals, but as I was saying before about the other one, the other jades, there's no question about the quality of this material. When you look at it, you go, wow, there's something very special about this jade. It's got a vibrancy, it's got a sharp color, and it seems to be very clean. And your eye's not playing any tricks. This is it. This is a real fine quality material, and there's just no question about it. The green spots are chromium, as I said in the other piece, but this one just has a more even, deep background color, which I really like. And every jade boulder has its own characteristics. You can have them side by side in the mine, and each one will be kind of a little different than the other, and then by the time you get to the end of the mine, it can be a completely different look altogether. So often, when people that know this material, they'll see a jade and they go, oh, that comes from the Cassiar jade mine, or that comes from this other mine, or that comes from the other. They know exactly where it comes from because of the character of the stone. So I bought this year, or actually last fall, and it was in and amongst 200 tons of jade that was mined last summer, and it comes out of the north in the fall, and they have an auction of all the jade they mine for one day. Anybody that's got a business interest in it is invited to come to this one-day auction, and they have the 200 tons of jade, cut blocks, some as big as a car, sometimes big as a house, down to little tiny pieces as big as a football. So each one has a number, and you all go through the different pieces, and you auction, you bid for whatever one you want. This jade, there was only one piece, and it was about this big, that had this color. And out of the 200 tons, that was it. So I was fortunate enough to bid on this and get it.
Wow.
But it's the only one that came out. I've seen it before, maybe 10 years ago, but that's it. So, it's very rare and unusual to find these kinds of things. So I really wanted to do something unique with the stone, and it can handle a very delicate fin and detail. So I was very interested in doing something like this.
Is that agate?
Yeah, there's a lot of minerals here, so it's the nephrite jade. This green fish right here is also jade. This is Siberian jade, this green piece here. And the blue fish is a blue agate. This base here that it's mounted on is a unique combination. It's agate and quartz crystal. It's agate on the outside, which is harder than the quartz. This is quartz crystal on the inside, and then it turns into amethyst right in the center of the hole here. So it's just all these different minerals that are formed on that one piece. And the bottom is also agate. And on the back there's another little fish here. And when you have a chance to look at it with appropriate light, you'll see that it's a quartz crystal, and it has a rutile fiber. It's a golden fiber inside that, and it's like just a mineral, like an iron mineral inside the quartz crystal, but it looks gold. So very beautiful touch to it. So this just really looked like Hawaii to me when I found the base, and I put it together so we could have it here. But
and the turtle's all one piece.
It's all one piece, and because of the delicacy of the base, it also comes off and it's shipped separately, wrapped separately. So there's no fear of it being broken or anything like that.
How long do you work on, let's say, a particular piece? Or do you work on several pieces at one time?
I do work on several pieces at a time. Because of the length of time involved in doing something like this, it's a lot of grinding and a lot of heavy work to begin with, because you start with a great big stone and end up with a small one. I usually get it started, and then I go to another piece that I might have that has detail, and so I'll spend part of my day doing the detail, and then the other part of the day doing some kind of other work to bring the stone down into size. So it starts with the cutting. I'll cut the stone, the raw stone. then I'll grind it. I'll cut the shapes with a saw all the way around and get the silhouette. And then from the silhouette, I'll grind it with a diamond grinder that's water cooled. And then I'll put most of the sculpting work, all the features in that way, and then detail it with a diamond tool, which is like something that a dental surgeon would use. In fact, it's a tool that I bought from dental surgeons, so that kind of thing is what I use. But pieces take months and sometimes years. In the book that I hope you have here, there's a Buddha in the center of it, and that was a 3-year project. And it's reputed to be worth $1 million today. So people want to know my price range. It's anywhere from about $10,000 to $1 million.
Where is the Jade Buddha? The Jade Buddha, where is it?
It's in Palm Springs, California.
Was that a commission?
It was, yeah.
Okay. Do you take commissions?
I do. Yeah. How a commission works is I would prefer to sell the pieces I have here first, but I think the second choice is a commission. Okay. Unless it's something really special and people want something very specific for an area in their house. And they like this kind of thing where it's gems and fine minerals. But what I would like to do is have you, first of all, get a price area that the client wants to work with. And then at 10% deposit to do the drawing for the subject. So knowing my price area, most of the work sells between $30,000 and $60,000. That's generally where most of the sales take place. So if you want to find that comfortable place for the client, you decide, and then take a 10% deposit of that price range. I will produce some drawings, maybe 3 drawings, send them to the client. He will make a decision, and when he does, I would like to have the balance, or the 50%. So I'll go ahead and produce the piece with a 50% deposit, and then when it's complete, we get the balance. So 10% for the drawing, then 50% on the okay of the drawing, and then the balance when it's complete.
And what is the normal completion time for?
Oh, it depends on
for an
the area.
average
Doesn't
piece?
I couldn't say more than 2 months, maybe. Or it depends on how complicated it is. Yeah. In previous cases with the gallery, I've connected with some of their gallery's larger clients, and they've had really specific interests in their homes, and I've gone right to their home, discussed what they'd like to see there, and then went through that process, did drawings and so on. But I would do that again if you have a client that's thinking of spending more than $100,000, something like that, then I'd come down and I'd visit with them personally and discuss what kind of thing they're interested in having. So make it a real personable kind of thing to do.
And that would be additional for your service coming to them. That would be included in the 100,000.
I'd include it in
roughly.
whatever the
Okay.
value is for the piece.
Okay.
Yeah.
How would we know how to move into a commission situation? If they saw this piece here and they looked at your book, and I mean, how would
Well,
we know what options that we would be able to talk
sometimes
about?
people see things that I've done in the past,
Okay.
and they say, wow, I really love that piece. Do you have it? And no, I don't. It's in the book. All the pieces of the book are sold. So, but the artist could do something similar for you, and so we could go from that point.
And then we bring you in
Well,
to talk about stone choices and things like that?
yeah,
or-
we could do that over the phone,
Okay.
something like that. Or, like I'm saying, if it's a larger idea, then I come down to discuss it personally with the client. But I found that, when you offer people infinite choice, then they get lost. They just
Right.
can't put it together. So it's better if they have seen something that's already been made, and then I would make something similar. Although each piece is unique, and you'll see a signature